There was a farmer who had a wife who nagged him unmercifully. From morning till night, she was always complaining about something. The only time he got any relief was when he was out plowing the field with his old mule, so he tried to plow a lot. One day he was out plowing the field, and his wife brought him a lunch. So he sat down on a stump and started to eat his lunch. Well, immediately his wife began pestering him, nagging and complaining, and it just went on and on. All of a sudden, the old mule lashed out with both hind feet, kicked her right in the back of the head, and dropped her on the spot. Well, at the funeral a couple of days later, the minister noticed something rather odd. When a woman mourner would approach the farmer, he would listen for a minute, then he would nod his head in agreement. But when a man mourner approached him, he'd listen for a minute, and then he'd shake his head in disagreement. Well, this was so consistent, the minister decided to ask the farmer about it. So after the funeral, the minister spoke to the farmer and said, "Wonder why you nod your head and agreed with all the women, but always shook your head and disagreed with all the men?" Well, farmer says, "Well, the women would come up and say something about how nice my wife looked or how pretty her dress was, so I'd nod my head in agreement." Well, and what about the men? What did they ask? Well, they wanted to know if the mule was for rent.